So, one area in life that I really want to talk about and I'm troubled about is the youth. The youth and the drugs. Because I've been a drug addict for a very long time when I was young, and I thank God for the deliverance. It was not easy for me to be free, to break out of that. Most of our youth today struggle with drugs, drunkenness, and the rest. And I know all things with God are possible. When I was struggling with it, I didn't find it funny to leave it because I feel it's something that I couldn't do without. But I now realize when I discover that Christ has the power to free one. And that thing is disturbing me when I see my fellow youth on the street suffering and then dying with drugs. It's not an easy thing. So I want to encourage them because drugs affects the youth. It limits them from achieving their life dreams and especially their destiny, because it kills the cells, especially like let's say the herbs. When we talk about the herbs, that's the Indian hemp and then so on. It affects your cells. I'm saying based on experience. It's not because I'm just hearing a story. No. So I'm advising the youths to be very, very careful and abstain from drugs because it can affect them. And the better time for you to serve God is not when you get old, because the Bible says serve the Lord in the days of what? Your youth. So that when you get old, so many regrets come. Like me now, actually, in my little years on earth, I wish sometimes if the days or the years would be revived, I will correct a lot of things. But, it's not possible. So as the Bible says, we should make good use of every opportunity and time we have, because the days are full of evil. So the youth should wake up, especially like in the country now. You can see what is happening. Let me tell you one thing that is disturbing me. Our present president was a president when I was like 14 years old. And he came back when my daughter was 14 years old. That's a big problem. I told my daughter one day, I said, do you know one surprising thing? Our president was a president when I was 14 years, and now here you are 14 years. And they tell us that we are the leaders of tomorrow. So when are we going to lead? Meanwhile, we have been captured by drugs and other things, and that's why they take advantage of us, using us, killing each other, fighting on the street. Meanwhile, they are enjoying there. So, and the Bible says, on the last days, the Lord will pour His Spirit upon all flesh. It says, your sons and daughters shall what? Prophesy. So it's time for you and I to go out there and prophesy, not to be dreaming. The old men are now prophesying and we are dreaming. So there's a very big problem. So I'm advising the youth, please, you have a life to live. You have talent. Like the prisons, if you go there, there are a lot of guys that are talented, musicians in fact, because we involve them in what we are doing. We give them chance to perform. If you see what they are doing, so it's amazing. But if you ask them, you discover why they are there is because of drugs, stealing and other things. So I care so much, but the Lord cares so much. So it's not too late for you to correct and to start again. Blessings.